Hello and welcome to our channel, dear English learners. Today, we are going to talk about a man who made history, a man who inspired the world, a man who became the first Black president of the United States. Yes, we are talking about Barack Obama. Before we begin the full story of his life, let me tell you something. Barack Obama was not born rich. He was not born powerful. He faced many problems, just like many people in the world. But he never gave up. He worked hard, stayed kind, and followed his dreams. As you listen to this story, try to understand the words and sentences. This is a great way to improve your English. If you enjoy the story, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us make more amazing stories for you. Now, let's begin the story of Barack Obama. Barack's childhood. Barack Obama was born on August 4th, 1961, in Honolulu, Hawaii. His full name is Barack Hussein Obama II. His father, Barack Obama Sr., was from Kenya. His mother, in Dunham, was from Kansas, in the United States. Barack's parents met at the University of Hawaii. They were both students. But when Barack was only 2 years old, his parents separated. His father returned to Kenya. Barack stayed with his mother in Hawaii. Barack's mother later married a man from Indonesia. So, when Barack was 6 years old, they moved to Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia. He lived there for 4 years. Life in Indonesia was very different from Hawaii. Barack saw poor people, hungry children, and many challenges. But he also learned a lot about different cultures. When Barack was 10, he returned to Hawaii. He lived with his grandparents so he could get a better education. His grandparents loved him very much. They taught him to work hard, read books, and believe in himself. When Barack Obama came back to Hawaii, he started going to a very good school called Punahou School. It was one of the best schools in the state. But even though the school was great, life was not always easy for Barack. He was one of the few Black students in the school. Most students were white or Asian. Sometimes, people looked at him differently. Some asked him strange questions. Others didn't understand where he came from. Barack began to think about his identity. Who was he? Was he American? Kenyan? Both? These were hard questions for a young boy. He missed his father, who lived far away in Africa. He missed his mother, who had gone back to Indonesia to do research. He often felt alone. But he had books. He read a lot. Books became his friends. He read about history, race, politics, and culture. These books helped him understand the world. In high school, Barack sometimes made mistakes. He sometimes skipped school and did not always study hard. But deep inside, he wanted to do something meaningful with his life. He wanted to help people. After finishing high school in 1979, Barack moved to Los Angeles to attend Occidental College. It was his first time living in the mainland United States. Here, he met students from different backgrounds. He started to see the problems in society more clearly. He saw racism, poverty, and unfair treatment of minorities. He joined protests and began speaking out about justice. But Barack felt he needed a bigger challenge. After 2 years at Occidental, he transferred to Columbia University in New York City. This was a big step for him. At Columbia, he studied political science and international relations. He walked the busy streets of New York, thought deeply about life, and began to plan his future. After graduating in 1983, Barack did not look for a high-paying job. Instead, he moved to Chicago to work as a community organizer. This job didn't pay much, but it was important. His job was to help poor neighborhoods, mostly African American communities, deal with big problems like job loss, poor housing, and lack of schools. Barack listened to people. He sat in churches, community halls, and small homes. He helped people come together and make plans for change. He learned how to talk to people, how to build trust, and how to lead. These years in Chicago changed Barack's life. He saw pain and hope. He saw the strength of ordinary people. He also saw that real change was possible, but it took hard work, patience, and faith. During this time, Barack also started thinking about his future again. He wanted to do more. He wanted to understand the law and use it to help others. So, in 1988, he applied to Harvard Law School, one of the most famous law schools in the world, and he was accepted. At Harvard, Barack worked very hard. He studied the law, participated in debates, and wrote many papers. In 1990, something amazing happened. Barack was elected president of the Harvard Law Review. He was the first black person ever to lead the journal in its long history. This was big news across the country. Reporters wanted to talk to him. People called him a rising star. But Barack stayed humble. He said he still had a lot to learn. After finishing law school, he returned to Chicago. He could have joined a big law firm and made a lot of money. But instead, he worked as a civil rights lawyer. He helped people who were treated unfairly. He also started teaching law at the University of Chicago. During this time, something else important happened. Barack met a woman named Michelle Robinson. She was also a lawyer, smart, strong, and passionate about helping others. They started dating, fell in love, and got married in 1992. Later, they had two daughters, Malia and Sasha. After working in Chicago for a few years, Barack Obama began thinking more about how to make a bigger difference. He believed that real, long-lasting change could happen through politics. So in 1996, he decided to run for a seat in the Illinois State Senate. It wasn't easy. Barack was still young and not very well known. But he talked to people, listened to their problems, and spoke with honesty. People liked him because he didn't make fake promises. He spoke about real issues, education, jobs, healthcare, and fairness. Barack won the election and became a state senator. He worked hard. He read every law carefully. He spent time talking to both Democrats and Republicans. He wanted to bring people together, not divide them. He helped pass laws to improve health care for poor families and change the way police were trained. But Barack had bigger dreams. In 2000, he tried to run for the U.S. House of Representatives. He lost. It was a hard defeat. He was sad, and for a short time, he wondered if he should leave politics. But Michelle told him not to give up. She believed in him, and Barack knew he still had a mission. So he kept working. In 2004, he ran for the U.S. Senate. This time, his campaign was different. He had more experience. More people knew him. And then something magical happened. In July 2004, Barack Obama gave a speech at the Democratic National Convention. Millions of people across America watched it on TV. In the speech, he spoke about hope, unity, and the American dream. He said, "There's not a Black America and a White America and Latino America and Asian America. There's the United States of America." People were amazed. They heard a man who could speak from the heart, connect with everyone, and inspire the nation. Overnight, Barack Obama became a national star. Later that year, he won the election and became a U.S. Senator. He was only the third Black person in history to do so. In Washington, he continued to work hard. He spoke against the war in Iraq. He pushed for cleaner energy. He talked about healthcare and education. But soon, people began asking, will he run for president? In February 2007, Barack Obama stood in the cold weather in Springfield, Illinois, and made a big announcement. He said he was running for president of the United States. Many people were surprised. Some said he was too young. Others said America wasn't ready for a black president. But Barack believed in the power of people. His message was clear: yes, we can. He talked about hope, change, and working together. His speeches filled stadiums. Young people loved him. Old people respected him. Even people who had never voted before came out to support him. His main opponent in the Democratic Party was Hillary Clinton. She was famous, powerful, and had strong support. The race was tough, but Barack kept going. Slowly, state by state, he won more votes. And finally, he became the Democratic nominee. Now he had to face the Republican candidate, John McCain, a war hero and respected senator. It was a serious and respectful competition. Barack chose Joe Biden as his running mate. They traveled all across the country, shaking hands, meeting families, and giving speeches. On November 4th, 2008, millions of Americans voted. The results came in that night. People cried, cheered, and hugged each other. Barack Obama had won. He became the 44th President of the United States and the first African American president in history. It was a moment of joy and pride for people all around the world. In his victory speech, he said, "If there is anyone out there who still doubts that America is a place where all things are possible, tonight is your answer." But the job was not going to be easy. When Barack became president, America was facing a deep economic crisis. Banks were failing. People were losing their jobs. Families were losing their homes. He had to act fast. He worked with Congress to pass a huge stimulus package to save the economy. He gave support to car companies to save jobs. Slowly, the economy started to grow again. He also worked on healthcare. In 2010, he signed the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. It helped millions of Americans get health insurance. Some people supported it. Others criticized it. But Barack believed it was the right thing to do. In 2012, Barack Obama ran for president again. His opponent was Mitt Romney, a rich businessman and a strong candidate. The election was close, but the people chose Obama once more. He became president for a second term. This time, the challenges were even bigger. There were wars in the Middle East, in Syria, Libya, and Iraq. Obama tried to reduce the number of U.S. soldiers in those regions. He believed that peace through diplomacy was better than war. He supported a nuclear deal with Iran to stop the spread of dangerous weapons. He also worked hard on climate change. Obama believed the planet needed protection. He spoke at international meetings and pushed for cleaner energy in the U.S. During this time, there were many mass shootings in America, some in schools, others in public places. Obama wanted to make gun laws stricter to protect people, especially children. But many in Congress disagreed, and the laws didn't change. Still, he kept speaking about love, unity, and safety. He continued to fight for equal rights, supporting same-sex marriage and standing up against racism. He believed that every person deserved respect, no matter their background. In 2016, Obama's time as president came to an end. According to U.S. law, a president can only serve 2 terms. In his final speech as president, he thanked the American people. He said, "Thank you for believing in the power of hope. Change only happens when ordinary people get involved." Many people cried. Even those who disagreed with his politics respected the way he led, with no scandals, no lies, and great dignity. He left the White House as a symbol of honesty and hope. After his presidency, Obama did not disappear. He and Michelle started the Obama Foundation to help young leaders around the world. They wanted to continue inspiring people and supporting positive change. Obama also wrote a powerful book called The Promised Land, where he told the story of his life and presidency. It became a bestseller. He gave speeches at universities and global events. He talked about leadership, peace, climate, and education. His voice was still strong and respected. Michelle Obama also became a popular speaker and author. Her book, Becoming, inspired millions. Their daughters, Malia and Sasha, continued their education and lived a more private life. The Obama family remained a strong example of love, respect, and service. Barack Obama was more than just a president. He was a symbol of hope, change, and what is possible when someone believes in themselves and works hard. He didn't solve every problem, but he made people believe that they could make a difference. He proved that you don't need to be rich or powerful to change the world. You just need courage, kindness, and education. His message was simple. Yes, we can. Dear English learners, the story of Barack Obama is not just about politics. It's about believing in yourself. It's about education, hard work, and never giving up, even when life is difficult. If he could rise from a small apartment in Hawaii to the White House, then you can also reach your goals, whether it's learning English, becoming a teacher, an artist, a leader, or anything you dream of. So if you enjoyed this story, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring and simple stories like this. Until next time, stay hopeful, keep learning, and remember, yes, you can.